Hello friends and family, and welcome to the 2023 Preserve Championship, presented by Prodigy. This coverage is brought to you by Ace Run Pro, and this is our FPO chase card. This is a Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event. My name is Holly Finley.
And I'm Connor O'Reilly, and we find ourselves on the banks of the Mississippi at the Airborn Disc Golf Preserve, a place that Kale LaVisca has brought to life. And Kale's philosophy is to let the disc fly, don't want too much out of bounds, wants the players to play free and let the disc go. It also mixes in some good technical gap shots to kind of change the pace. So it's a fun course here at the Preserve, and it's always a good week on the tour.
These female athletes will be playing the Black Bear layout. And first up on this FPO chase card, we have world champion Paige Shue. Next up, we have two-time world champion Catrina Allen.
Third to tee will be Missy Gannon. We've seen her a couple times this year. Well known for her great putting and just course management skills. And Stacie Rawnsley rounding out the card. Got her first podium finish and first ever top 10 at a Disc Golf Pro Tour at Des Moines. Look to see her continue with her power style game.
Here we are, hole one. Let's run it. A 615-foot par 4. You do have out of bounds on the left side. The creek and water playing as out of bounds. Sorry, that's actually a pond, not a creek. Your first shot should be as long as possible, but number one, keep it in bounds. Second shot, get over this OB water inside the circle and get yourself a birdie putt.
First up on the box from Charlotte, North Carolina, let's hear it for Paige Shue.
Paige actually didn't make it to the Des Moines Challenge. I think hurt her ankle or foot. So let's see how that body's feeling out here.
That looks like a good distance shot off the tee.
From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Catrina Allen.
We see little to no movement on those flags. The conditions today are very scoreable, and this is a course the wind can definitely create a lot of challenge because these open holes are wide open and really lets you shape the disc how you want if it's calm.
Catrina takes a low shot, pulls it a bit to the right side, but that's still in a good position for birdie.
From Beacon, New York, Missy Gannon.
Missy Gannon with a wardrobe update lately. Missy normally wears shorts, but I've noticed she's got a new skirt game going on the last couple weekends, and I am loving it.
Yeah, it's a good look, real professional.
Nice controlled low shot out of Missy.
And from Fishers, Indiana, let's hear for Stacie Rawnsley.
Rawnsley fresh on Castoplast team this year. It's good to see her success with the new bag.
It's one of those holes you can send it pretty much as far as you want, but most players taking something on the more conservative side, knowing that anything inbounds past 300 feet gives them a really manageable approach.
Catrina up first from the tall grass.
Yeah,
probably about 280 to get to the pin from there.
The long grass throughout the course doesn't add too much challenge. It can challenge the footing here and there, but there are patches out here of this thistle that'll really maim you if you run through it, and that can definitely affect the run-ups and the shots if you're in that. Missy plays it high and wide, comes down with little ground play. 20-footer to start. I think you see a lot of players play putter into this green if they throw how they like off the tee. You saw a soft zone out of Shue. Maybe a yarn out of Stacie, and that's going to be a trickier putt than she would like, but pretty close.
Rawnsley for birdie. Just off the top.
Yeah, these black baskets out here at the Black Bear course are looking sleek. Took me a day to adjust my eyes, but now I'm liking them.
I love them. Missy Gannon with a birdie here on the first. Catrina Allen for birdie.
I wouldn't recommend using a black basket for your permanent course, but if you got the top pros coming in for one weekend and you want to show off your fancy black baskets, I think it plays.
Paige Shue's got a limb in her face. Unable to get a normal putting stroke due to that.
If you're wondering why I'm saying don't use black baskets, I think mainly for visibility. Bright baskets are nice for first-time players on a course or players who are trying to kind of spot the basket through the wood line or whatnot. What's up, Felix? 2 birdies here on hole 1. We got a gap shot on hole 2. Right into the technical part of the course. It really breaks you up. Open, technical throughout the track. Double Mando right here off the tee, but it really won't affect these players other than in their choice of having to go in through these woods. This gap right here is really the one to hit. If you can beat this one on your flight, play something straight that just has a touch of finish, or maybe something hyzer out of the hand that stands up straight, give yourself a chance at this tower basket. Definitely a birdie you want to pick up, but a gap that can be challenging.
Catrina pulls it a bit to the right side, but does make the Mando. She'll have to scramble for par.
This range, most players probably taking mid-range putter for the more powerful players. Maybe some touching on fairway. What are you throwing here, Holly?
I'd say the mid and the fairway driver is probably the most popular choice here. I feel like for me, the putter needs a lot of height. You do have a bit of restriction in the height department halfway down the fairway.
That was Paige back on that soft zone, and she narrowly misses those trees. Looks like she got a nice tree hit as well.
Stacie opts for a fairway and pulls it to the left side. Couldn't tell if she lined up incorrectly or it was his early release.
I think she kind of just let the back of her outside of her body lag behind and pulled the nose up a little bit and made it get left a little sooner than she wanted. Catrina going to that forehand scramble shot. It's one of those courses, really not a lot of forehand shots if you have a combo game. A lot of backhands out here. You'll see more forehands for scramble shots than anything on this course.
Missy Gannon staring down her second birdie from about 30 feet. Needed another inch. Catrina Allen looking to save par from 30. Beautiful. Even clipped the leaf on the way there.
Matching those black baskets, coming in with a black putter. I don't know, you think that's a coincidence, Holly?
I think it's a recipe for magic. Stacie Rawnsley able to save a par here on hole 2.
One of those holes you hit the gap, you really want to get it, all of a sudden you miss the gap and you're happy with par.
Paige Shue needing just another inch on that putt. She'll walk away with par.
Yeah, one of those holes. She threw a tee shot that was barely off, kind of got rewarded, then ended up taking advantage of it, so I don't know. Hard to say how she feels mentally about that one. Let's see, coming into hole 3. No birdies for our feature card there on 2.
we are on hole 3, a par 3, 324 feet. We have out of bounds on the left that starts about halfway down the fairway. Also, if you go long behind the basket, that's out of bounds as well. So you want to stick to the right side. Most players are looking to get circle putt here, hopefully in the bullseye. This is a very straightforward shot. If you don't get a birdie here, you feel like you let one slip away.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the course today. 34% birdie. Only one bogey on the day.
Catrina Allen up first with a nice flat hyzer shot. And she has landed about 20 feet inside. She'll be putting for birdie.
You can expect a little bit of ground play if you clear all the way to the flat there. So if you land it, like Holly said, circle's edge right, that's ideal. Missy weighted that shot very well. Paige matching up with her disc. Puts it out flat, trusting it to fade back.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, Stacie, don't leave her hanging. Good commitment out of Stacie. Making sure to get it. You can't step up to the tee after missing the daps. That's not the headspace you want to be in. The Lutz out of Stacie lands right in the same spot as Paige, just without the flare skip.
4 good shots, 4 birdie putts. First up, Catrina Allen. Another solid putt. We just saw a sweet putt on hole 2.
Not gonna let the card down on that diamond frame.
Paige gets it up this time, and she'll take a birdie as well. Rawnsley taking home a birdie here on the 3rd.
Missy with the CTP.
This birdie's for everyone.
Now Missy's been putting with those black putters for a while now, I feel like, so
She has.
she didn't match it up like Catrina. But there's our first diamond frame of the round. That's what you call getting airborne. Yeah, hole 4. It's a par 4. 675 feet. We got this new log just tossed in the middle of the fairway. In case you want to throw that roller, you're gonna have to manage that. Really, if you can beat these 2 trees here, or 3 trees I should say, and get around this cart path, maybe even push it a little further to where you can throw a straight shot into this gap, you're gonna be really happy. Placing yourself where you can attack this gap is one challenge, and hitting the gap is another challenge. So really 2 good shots to score birdie here on the 4th.
Catrina up first. Looks like a good turnover shot. Landing in a position where she could attack the green. It's fine to throw straight, but if you have a turnover game, that would be better. It's just going to make your second shot that much shorter. Missy Gannon in a prime position.
Yeah, if you can move your disc to the right for the entire flight and at the worst land flat, I think you did your job here. Straight can birdie, but you're going to have a lot more distance coming into that gap.
A bit low out of Paige Shue. Hopefully she makes it far enough up the fairway that she can send a shot all the way into the green.
Yeah, if you can play straight or even hyzer release into that gap, I feel like it plays a lot easier. All of a sudden when you need to come in on anhyzer or shape a shot, it can be really demanding.
Ooh, that looks like a great position.
Yeah, she should have that straight look. Let's see if that tree trunk impedes her shot at all.
Oh, and that is one of the troubles here, not only hitting the gap, but it's almost like a triple mando. You've got the trees on the left and right, as well as a little bit of a low ceiling. Missy keeping a nice low shot, and she's entered the gap.
Very well thrown there.
If you have the ability, it's really nice to try to push it all the way down there to see if you can get a birdie. But a lot of players are just playing this for par.
Catrina misses her line by quite a bit. Fights through to the open side. She Even has a long look at birdie.
Stacie threw it far enough that she has more of a straight look. This is the kind of setup you need to have the easiest birdie, I believe, but unfortunately she throws a bit of a low shot to the right corner.
Yeah, she got flat on that ctsy mid-range and just caught the right side of the skinny gap. Shue with the world champ love. 2 paces outside the bullseye. Stacie electing to shape a wide Anheuser forehand. Must have been quite a few trees in her way.
When Stacie was on Team Innova last year, she used a pig for that type of shot, and I always thought she was really good at it.
Yeah, now using that yarn Castoplast overstable approach disc.
Catrina and Missy just playing the hole for par.
Not quite full commitment there out of Stacie.
And Shue with a par.
Rawnsley strong off the center pole for her bogey. Hole 4 did play as the third hardest hole on the course today. Did not give up too many birdies, only 3 of them to be exact.
3 birdies, Ella, Lisa, and Lydia. That's such a fun birdie to get.
I love the combo, the power tee shot, the gap shot on the second. Hole 4 is a great hole.
Hole 5, this is a new tee shot this year, brand new to the Black Bear layout, a 275-foot wooded par 3. I like it. I think the play here, purely if you're trying to ace it, is a flex forehand as a right-handed player, but as a right-handed player I don't have that type of shot. It's a little too risky for me. I prefer just a straight shot to get left of that corner tree and get yourself a 20-footer. Catrina Allen up first.
Yeah, without luck, there's not a right-hand backhand that can shape for the ace like Holly said. But that right-hand backhand, if you can play it just short into maybe 25 feet on the short left side of the circle, I think that's kind of the pure way to play it.
Just like Missy did, a lot of times you can punch through that corner and park it, or if you hyzer right before that corner, then you can have an in the circle putt. Let's see if Paige Shue gets up there. Not quite, but that's 35 feet.
She's been throwing that soft zone for all these kind of wooded, shorter shots, and Rawnsley hangs it out wide. That's going to be definitely up and down. It's going to take some focus. Catrina!
Wow, wow!
Showing that forehand off, butters it up into the basket stand.
Man, that was some accuracy.
You see that focus on her face too?
Right?
She wasn't too impressed by it. She's like, nope, just doing work.
Trying to save par at that point.
Shue has to pitch up. Hard to get a clean putt on this hole. It says 275, but it's playing elusive. I haven't seen too many shots clear for an open putt on this one. A lot of straddles off of those trees on the right side of the gap, or something bushy on the left.
Oh, and just a little right side for Rawnsley. Falls out, unable to scramble for par here.
Just a little flat and right, especially when the baskets are elevated, I think can really kick them off.
Catrina Allen with a strong par putt here on the 5th.
So far, Stacie only one on the card with a bogey, and she's about to pick up her second in a row.
I just noticed Catrina has a little mini braid in her ponytail. She never has a braid. I love that.
She's pulling out all the stops. Fancy color, braid, matching the baskets. Missy taking the risk.
Introducing the F9, Prodigy's most understable fairway driver. The F9 is designed for beginners and lower arm speeds to get maximum distance, full flex flights, and effortless hyzer flips. The F9, coming soon to ProdigyDisc.com.
Here we are on hole 6 and Connor's going to tell you about it.
It's a good one, and I know Holly likes it because she wanted to tell you guys how to play it. It's a par 5. Just under 700 feet, these first 2 shots are so important. If you can clear towards this little bushy tree on the left, or even a little past it, you're going to be in a great spot. Choose whether you try to throw a turnover or a forehand and get into this gap, or to set yourself up for it and pitch down it. I think if you throw a first good shot off the tee and a second shot, this hole doesn't have a lot of trouble, but all of a sudden you mess up one of those and big numbers can come. A lot of stroke separation on the 6th.
Catrina Allen up first. A prime tee shot would be right in front of the camera people, and that'll work.
Yeah, a little scary, but really played that gentle hyzer flip well. Didn't try to bite off too much.
What a good looking shot out of Missy Gannon.
Just
Man, I would take that 10 out of 10 times.
pipe dream. Slithers down the road. That was such a money shot.
Ooh,
Laser beam.
That could be gross for Paige Shue.
Oh no, you guys. That is one of the worst places on the Disc Golf Pro Tour to be.
Oof, there's really nothing there. I mean, you could maybe just pitch out back to the dirt road and you're going to waste a stroke there for sure.
She has about 25 feet to clear back to the fairway, but she might have twice the amount of pencily limbs to beat. It is crazy in there. Just the fact that the cameraman can even get in here, props to you guys. Y'all are doing work.
You can see her just looking all over, left, right, up, down.
Okay, she did have a little bit of a window. You get any deeper in there. She was only about 12 feet in. You get 25 feet in there, 2 strokes are likely to come.
But I mean, just the fact that all you can do is a 25-foot pitch out, you know? And from here, Catrina's just looking for a placement. Like Connor said, you just want to set yourself up nicely right at that little turf tee pad, and then you've got an open tunnel shot to the basket. And from that position, you could get a 4.
If you put it on that tee pad or just in front, you probably have about 260 feet into the pin, 250 feet dead straight tunnel shot. A shot that all these players have in their bag for sure. And Paige, masterfully thrown. Giving her chance for par.
Stacie shorts her corner placement shot a bit.
Missy's looking to attack. Anheuser into the gap. Let's see how it settles up. She should be close to the gap, so at the worst, par coming from her. Catrina just chipping away with that forehand, not trying to do too much. Sees she's barely out of position, says, you know what, let me get a long look, I don't need to perfect this. And still has a chance of birdie.
And Stacie just off a bit here on the last couple holes.
Wow. Missy squeaks through and finds herself at about 42 feet.
Oh, it just got super breezy all of a sudden.
Yeah, as the day went on, the wind definitely started to pick up out here. There are still times where it was calm, but there were gusts coming through and some changes of direction. So depending on when you were playing, you had different winds. I thought Stacie was about to ring that one.
Well, you know, it's still a putt, and that's what you're looking for.
Missy trying to draw it on Anheuser into that wind, but just doesn't quite set the angle. Oh, I forgot about the old Paige Shue step-up jumper.
Oh, look at that. Did it fall out?
What?
What?
Rip my heart out, you guys. That looked
so
savage.
in. That looked in.
I think the misses we do see on these Prodigy baskets, sometimes high and center with some pace, will just come right back off at you out of that thick ladder of chains in the middle. Sometimes as a right-hand putter, kind of being in the medium to upper height with some hyzer, fully in the chains on the left, will just slide through. Other than that, I feel like these baskets catch pretty well.
I feel like I want to run back even though it didn't go in.
For real, I want to watch the slow-mo of that thing just getting shoved.
Man,
Rude.
what a heartbreaker. I mean, Paige did her job. The basket, on the other hand, I don't know.
That's another bittersweet one for Paige. First bogey of the round for Catrina and for Shue.
Hole 7, 330 feet. It's a par 3. This is a hole you're looking to birdie. If you're in the FPO division, really you want to send any type of shot you have that can get into the circle. The trouble here is sometimes there's a cross breeze that can pull you over to the right side, and it gets a little squirrely if you don't make it at least over that ditch. Say the majority of the players are looking to get a 2 here. Missy Gannon up first. And she's pulled it to that right corner. Can she bust through? You can still get a birdie from there, right on the edge, maybe 50 feet.
This one is straight, but with no real ceiling restrictions. I feel like it allows you to throw a skinny flex. You can throw a hyzer flip. You can throw a flat shot. You can kind of throw a strong mid-range. You can throw a fairway driver. So there's some options, even though it kind of tells you what you got to do.
Rawnsley inside the circle, just barely long.
Catrina clears up into circle 1.
Did you notice that Catrina threw it 330 feet and was barely 4 feet off the ground the entire time?
That's a consistent way to play.
Paige Shue inside the circle.
Not a lot can go wrong when you keep the disc at that height off the ground and with a good angle.
Gannon gives a long birdie run, but gets a little tink on the basket. See if Rawnsley can get a birdie. Oh, we just saw that happen to her.
Another flat one on the right side.
Oh, that's annoying. All right, Catrina Allen for birdie. She's got a good-looking putt going today.
Yeah, just enough to get it over that left side rim, and she makes good here on the 7th.
Paige Shue capturing a birdie as well. That puts Paige Shue 1 under par. Catrina Allen now 2 under par. And Missy Gannon also 2 under par.
Missy and Stacie barely off on their attempts. And hole 8 is going to be a pretty sweet par 5. A lot can happen. This one's wide open off the tee except for this left side out of bounds and the long grass on the right, but there's quite a bit of space to work with. Decide how aggressive you want to get on this first shot, and then to me this second shot's really the one that you want to unload on. If you can put yourself on the left side of this tall grass patch here, you give yourself an open window into this green, or if you can even get past the tall grass, then you're really happy. Very steep slope coming into this one, kind of makes your shot selection for you. Forehand or straight backhand.
This is an elite level distance player's dream hole. You really need 3 good shots to have a chance at a birdie for. And because you've got that water on the left, a lot of players favor the right side and don't put full power on the first shot, but put a little more power on the second shot instead.
Paige squeaks past Catrina. Missy's dragging to the right though. Can it avoid the thistle? And it does. I believe that might be still one of Stacie's old Innovadis, the Wraith. I know with Castoplast you're allowed a couple molds of other companies still as they're continuing to fill out their lineup. So that's the one she's chosen.
Hard to let go of good things. Missy Gannon's second shot. Now this second shot, you need to think about your positioning. You either want to be to the right side of that big tree or the left side.
Yeah, if you can get far enough, getting to the right side of that tree is feasible. I think you find yourself kind of back there a little shorter. You're kind of regretting being there, but
the left side is completely open. There's really no way you can mess up unless you short your shot and go in the water. However, the right side, you could get hung up in the woods, or you could get hung up behind that tree. So I see a lot of players opting to go for the left side, even though the right side is shorter.
Paige looks like she's trying to set up that right side, though. Finds the literal one tiny little bush over there that's not in the wood line. So that's gonna give her some bit of a tricky run up.
And Missy's really at a tough angle to do a power turnover, so she's going for more of just a distant straight shot. Now she can look straight up to the basket and play the hole for par.
And from there, it's such a back slope, she can really give an aggressive run to that upshot and not really risk much.
And you can see the trouble of going to the right side. Paige was, what, 1 foot in? And, I mean, now she's caught up yet again. It's just so much more open going to the left side. I feel like that right corner route is a sucker's route.
Yeah, like I said, it feels like sometimes if you miss and you end up there and you're close enough, it can be a good spot, but you don't want to plan for it all the time. I feel like it can get tricky.
Well said. Catrina Allen's third shot, if she can get up to the green, she can have herself a birdie look.
Look at the drift on that one,
Look
you guys.
at that! Man, that's elite level shot right there.
No doubt.
Now, like Connor said, if you're in this particular position, it's actually a good angle, but it's just so much smaller than the left side.
There are some sand bunkers throughout this course. None of them will play as a hazard, just kind of a bit of a footing challenge. One of Kale's philosophies. Ooh, a lot of juice there for Stacie. High is the good miss, but this one definitely going to be a tricky downhill putt.
Missy Gannon, you heard a "oh" right out of her when she let go of that. Pulled it a bit to the right side, but that's well within Missy's range.
It's funny because I'm sure she chooses to lay that one up. It's guaranteed bullseye. All of a sudden she maybe thinks about running it. She kind of hangs on to it.
Get up there. Yeah, you're right about that. This is Stacie's putt. Oh man, this is a heck of a downhill putt. Look at that, Stacie. Finally, one of those right
Flat
side,
on the right side again.
Dropped in.
This one's down enough to where the nose kind of had to be down, so it dropped. But yeah, I do find those flat or nose up putts on the right side just have trouble.
Great putt from Stacie Rawnsley and Missy Gannon, both to take home a par here on the 8th. Catrina Allen, the only one looking at a birdie putt. And Paige Shue struggling down the fairway a bit. She'll have to settle for a bogey.
I don't know. People say that right side is a strong side for a right-handed player, but I don't know about that. I'd rather be low left pocket all day on a basket than on the right side. Obviously, centered up is always good, but if you think that's a strong side, I'm telling you now, I think you're wrong.
Only 4 birdies here on hole 8. Here we are, hole 9, 297 feet, a par 3. Your tee shot has to be over the water. The sidewalk, between the sidewalk and the tall grass is now out of bounds. It used to just be the tall grass, but as the years have gone on, the line has gotten a little closer. You're really looking to get a 2 here, coming in at sub 300. If you're not getting a look at a 2, you feel like you've left one slip by. Catrina Allen up first.
This one is a forced water carry, but it has such a backstop behind. I feel like you just commit to this one, hit it hard. We did see it play as the easiest hole on the course today. I think that's part of it. You just know you can commit, you have the backstop.
Now maybe to the viewers you thought that was a good shot from Catrina, but she shorted it, you know. She's outside the circle. You really want to get inside the circle on a 300-foot hole.
I really think the play is a strong ace run here. You don't want to come up short. If you go long, there's so many trees and there's backslope to stop you. Missing short is the only way to really mess this one up.
100%. And Stacie not happy about that. I mean, she's safe, but she hyzered really far left. It's going to be like a 65-foot birdie putt.
All these players kind of getting dragged to the left by that bit of crosswind. Just didn't quite commit to the flatness that they needed. Catrina did, but just didn't give it the height.
And Stacie had a bit of a risky run. You know, she gave it some juice, but in the end, she didn't have the height. Allen for birdie.
Kind of a rare out of sync
Get in
hole
there
for this card, but Catrina says
that.
I'm in sync
She
with this jumper.
Mad about the drive being short. It didn't matter at all.
She put everything on that one and just climbed over that black rim. Well
Yes.
done. Rare to see no one really close on the easiest hole on our feature card.
Missy Gannon having that same tunnel shot that Stacie was looking at, unable to connect for her birdie putt. And Shue just didn't have enough on it in front of the cage. She'll settle for par along with Rawnsley.
I'd be willing to bet at least 3 of these 4 get the birdie here tomorrow, if not all 4. And we said it played as the easiest hole in the course. There was one player who helped that average. Who was it, Holly?
Cat Merch with the ace. Merchinator.
Let's go, champ. And there we are. Catrina finishes the front 9 with a turkey. She's sitting 4 down, leading the card. Looking clean out there. A lot can happen out here at the Airborn Preserve, but there's not too much danger on some of these open holes, though there are a few holes in the back 9 that can really mix things up.
Look at this leaderboard. Raven Klein holding on to the top spot at the moment. Rebecca Cox having a strong round as well. Man, we've got some more birdies for you guys, but we appreciate you tuning in to this day 1 front 9 coverage of the Preserve Championship. And if you'd like to support Connor and I, we have some Tour Series discs available. Get yourself 2 or 10. Links are in the description.
This back 9 offers another good variety of shots. Open, islands, technical shots, and some newly redesigned holes. So come join us and let's check it out.